What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here and for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. I was debating whether I was going to talk about this. There's so many, I won't say there's so many, but there's one thought when it comes to the Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson situation, and then there's another. So you're either, on one side or the other. Some more, shall we say, vocal than others. But I will say this. I was hesitant whether I was going to talk about it because I just really feel like so much has gone on social media in this year between these two, where I just really feel like none of us should have been involved. And a lot of it started with him because when she went viral for being serenaded by Usher at his Vegas residency, he went on social media to comment on her outfit, calling her a mom. Like, obviously, she's a mother, right? But anyway, there was the back and forth between these two. And I talked about it a little bit because, not knowing the ins and outs of their personal relationship, I'm like, clearly he's a dude that's expressing jealousy. But she also is kind of liking the attention too, because I just felt like it was just a lot of the things going on social media that they were posting and blogs are reposting. If you're not following her, then you would see it on somebody else's Instagram blog, like the Neighborhood Talk or the Shade Room or whatever. And it was just a lot of that going on. So ultimately, when it came to the point of him allegedly abusing her, a lot of people were going off. It's like, oh, no way, this and that and the other. Well, listen, apparently his brother has a history of this as well. And this is something that has been documented in his family. And Darius and Keke, they've chosen to be in a relationship together. They're not married, so it's not for better or for worse. And even in marriages, people can choose to get out of it. And I definitely would implore anyone that is in an abusive situation to get out. But some people are feeling like because of these supposed text messages that have been put out there, that she is as problematic as he is. I would just implore people to just kind of wait on that before you express judgment. I'm not saying that she cannot be, I don't even know the word I want to express with that. I'm not saying she may be everyone's cup of tea. Everyone may not care for her because she has been vocal on a lot of different situations, and a lot of people, they really love her and adore her. And there's some people that they just don't see it for her. And so a lot of people are feeling like she is as problematic as he is. I don't know. And I feel that people who have not been in a domestic abuse situation really should be careful about making those types of assumptions when it comes to this, because not every person that is in an abusive relationship just lays down and takes it. So an alleged text message being released where she is supposedly admitting to hitting him, does it say that she hit him first? Like similar to the what's his name? The guy, Jonathan Majors. Yeah, I was about to say Darius Jackson. This is what I'm talking about right now with Keke. But similar to the Jonathan Majors situation, I'm not saying that he didn't deserve the charges or did deserve the charges, but it looked like he definitely was aggressive towards her in a lot of situations. But there also is proof that she was fighting him back. And even if she wasn't fighting him back in a moment where it's like he hit her first in that moment and then she immediately hit back. Maybe in that moment in time, they were just speaking and they got into a heated argument and then she swung on him or chased him down for several blocks, like some people are saying showed in a video. I believe with some people who may have been in these abusive relationships for a little minute, it is something that kind of becomes the norm, even though it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be normalized. It shouldn't be okay. But I'm sorry, you can't tell me that he was just sitting there and being hit and abused by Keke and he just felt so in danger that now he's finally went to file a restraining order against her. So it's been reported that he has filed a restraining order against her now. We know that she filed one against him, and I believe she was requesting to go to mediation. Now, some people are saying, well, she's doing that because she knows that she's just as guilty as he is. I don't know about that. But the story from TMZ is that Keke Palmer's ex-boyfriend has now filed his own restraining order docs in their nasty split, claiming she was physically and verbally abusive towards him during their relationship. According to the new legal docs obtained by TMZ, Darius Jackson beelined into court to request a domestic violence temporary restraining order against Keke. In the docs, Darius claims Keke frequently became agitated and aggressive during their relationship, usually after drinking alcohol, and abused him for years. Darius claims Keke, who was the mother of his child, punched him in the face at a birthday party back in 2021 after she had been drinking. He says her friend Lenoria Addison tried to stop Keke from attacking him and says he has text messages from Keke apologizing for hitting him. In the docs, Darius claims Keke also punched and hit him during their January 2022 birthday celebration in Cancun, with the alleged attack leaving bruises on his body. Darius says in February 2022, Keke attacked him again, allegedly choking and hitting him inside her home after drinking booze. Most recently, Darius claims Keke got mad at him in March 2023 about an overflowing shower, blamed him for the problem, and called him a bitch, a punk ass, and a loser. And I'm sorry, I have to laugh at that because it's like some people might agree with that. Sorry. But I'm not saying it's okay, but, and listen, this is also the thing. This is a man that she chose to be in a relationship with. And it goes back to that Tyler Perry thing that I've talked about before, where a lot of these guys, they can't handle being in a relationship with a woman that is more financially able and stable than them. And some females, they may be feeling the weight of everything and they get tired of this loser just sitting around, not doing much, not contributing. And that's how she lashed out, by calling him a B, a punk A, and a loser. Okay? So Darius says Keke would often send him a barrage of emails after the alleged domestic incidents, usually lashing out or apologizing. As TMZ has reported, Darius and Keke are going through a contentious split. She's accused him of abuse. He denied it, and she got a temporary restraining order against him, plus temporary sole custody of their child. Now Darius is seeking his own protection. He wants a judge to handle his petition at the same time as the hearing about her allegations, and is asking the judge for an order requiring her to stay 100 yards away from him. Now, to me, this is my opinion, this sounds like he is doing this as a revenge tactic. And honestly, there probably were incidents where she was lashing out at him. And I'm not saying that he was always the aggressor every single moment she lashed out at him. I'm not saying it was always an immediate, he swung on her or he cursed her out and then she immediately responded. Sometimes, because I'm assuming being in this contentious relationship that she has been in with this guy, there probably were times where he may not have in that very moment done anything to cause her to immediately lash out or swing on him, but it would probably be a lot of that going on. So she is becoming reactionary, even if it wasn't an immediate reactionary situation. And I hope that makes sense. I'm just assuming. I don't know. None of us know because none of us were there. But I do believe, in my personal opinion, that her being in this relationship with this guy, and also probably being someone that really wanted to really make this relationship work, try her best to try to stick in there with him and be supportive, even though he may not have felt appreciative of being in a relationship with someone where he wasn't on the same level financially as she is, and sometimes may have taken that out on her or made her feel less confident, or she's working, doing jobs, and she's wondering what he's doing or who he's doing, if you get my drift. And who knows, I haven't heard anything about him not being faithful, but I can only imagine that probably was stuff that was going on too. I just haven't heard her say anything about it yet, so I don't know. But I do believe that there were some issues where she was throwing blows and slaps and cursing him out and, calling them names or whatever. But I believe that's something that she got used to being in this supposed relationship with this guy. So these alleged text messages were released, and I don't know. It didn't look like screenshots from a phone to me. But again, I don't know. It could be. I'm just not sure. But the messages say, all to myself I did this. I am so unhappy with myself and going backwards by not being better, stronger, and smarter. I'm really going to have to pray on this because I'm just so sad and triggered to that deeply lonely and isolated place in myself where I tell myself no one in this world understands or loves me. I feel I am not capable of pure and good love, and these are the energies I am now feeling and questioning and doubting. I'm just so sad. I feel so lost, and it hurts so bad because I thought I was so clear on so many things. I'm ashamed of how I behaved, and I'm sorry that I was not who you needed me to be. I'm really sorry because I tried so hard. You have no idea. I wish you could see into my heart and my mind, but I know only God can, and that's okay. That's why I love God, because I know that's the one that knows me the most and knows both of us the most. I just pray that I can have peace on this situation. I just get so sensitive and become so shell-shocked on the inside. I know when I love hard, and that's why I didn't want to be in anything. Then I fell for you and fell harder than before. And I'm scared I'm going to just spiral and spiral and spiral again. I feel so stupid. I gave you so much control over my emotions, and this saddens me. I lost myself in trying so hard to keep you and hold on to the space that I felt we shared. In that moment in the alley, when you were walking away from me, I was just so soul crushed. The feeling that I felt I can't explain, and I am still sitting in this very moment. In that moment in the alley, when you were walking away from me, I was just so soul crushed. To me, it definitely sounds like this is someone that is in need of therapy and may not really know what love is and loving herself enough to allow someone to walk away that isn't even really deserving of you. But that's another story for another time, and that's definitely not something that a judge in a situation like this can help her with. But it continues. I don't know why it was just so hard for me to understand you walking away. All I saw was every deep moment we have ever had and how I couldn't understand you turning your back on me. I had no space for your humanity, and I immediately tried to possess you. But you are not mine, you are God's. And if you didn't want to share yourself with me anymore, I should have respected that, and I'm sorry I didn't. You are not an object, and I cannot be so unhealthily attached to you. I'm sorry for hitting you. I'm sorry for being afraid to lose you, and that turning me into acting out of fear and desperation. And it continues. But yeah, it definitely sounds like this is a woman in need of some therapy, a woman that may not have been in a real serious relationship before and wound up being with the wrong guy. And to me, the text messages just don't prove this is just some woman that's just beating his ass where he's afraid of her. You know, like these text messages don't sound like someone that needs to have a restraining order placed against them. Period. Now, some may look at it in a different way and see it in a kind of stalkerish vibe or whatever, but I don't pick that up from her. I don't. And if he was that afraid, why didn't he, start the ball rolling? Why did she have to do it and then he had to respond? I just don't buy it. I don't. That's my personal opinion, but you can let me know yours in the comment section, guys. I don't want to spend too much on this, but I'm just basically talking about this to say I feel that even though I know there are people that are like, she is as much of the problem as he is, everyone has the right to their opinions. I don't respectfully agree with that. I'm not saying she doesn't have issues. I'm definitely not saying she's perfect. And I'm not saying that she may not have contributed in any way, shape, or form to the breakdown in this relationship. But I just don't believe that she deserves to have a restraining order filed against her by him, because I clearly don't see him being afraid of her at all, especially with his family's history that has been revealed. So guys, I just wanted to talk about that really quickly. I'm not saying that Keke is perfect, because some people honestly are looking at her like, oh, that's little sis. We got to protect her at all costs. We don't know this girl, okay? None of us know her at all. And I say girl in a respectful way. I'm not trying to be disrespectful because I know she's a woman. But I'm saying none of us know her personally. So people can admire her and respect her and, and want her to be okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just don't believe that she deserves to have a restraining order filed against her. I don't believe they need to be in a relationship anymore. Clearly, that needs to be dead and done. But is she so in fear of her safety against him? I don't know. I can't say that either. She could be, but I don't believe that he felt like he was in danger. I feel like this is a retaliatory tactic to get back at her for her doing this in the first place. Period. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful. And now I'm going to say bye.